Hi, I'm PJ Van Hull, and I just finished day one of Alex Mandossian's membership site intensive here in Oceanside, California. That's near San Diego, if you're not familiar with that. And I have some notes here from day one that I thought I would review with you so that you can learn some of my tips and top takeaways from the first day of the membership site intensive. So first of all, let me just say, if you don't know Alex Mandossian, he's definitely a person to follow. I've been in his tribe for many years, gone to his events, done trainings with him, interviewed him to my list, had him interview me to his list. He's a great guy, gives great content, and delivers it with enthusiasm and engagement, and it's just wonderful. So if you ever get a chance to go to one of his events, I would highly recommend it. So I'd like to share 2 or 3 of my top takeaways from the event with you right now. So one of the things that we talked about is the idea of charging more to be able to really cover the cost of delivering to our clients. So Alex asked us at the very beginning, would you rather have one client paying you $10,000 or 100 clients paying you $100? And you know, as somebody that has sold thousands of little under $100 products online, there's a part of me that was like, well, you know, selling 100 things for $100 is really fun. You know, and he said, now imagine that all of those clients are problem children, like they're clients that, you know, need a lot of attention, have a lot of questions. Would you rather have one at $10,000 or 100 at $100? And the thing is, if you're really going to be giving your clients full attention and energy and resources, you really can't afford to do that for like $100 or less. So at that point, you need to be charging more. And what he said, then they've funded their problem childness. So that made sense to me. You know, I don't think I'm going to stop offering small digital products online because I do really love being able to give people all over the world access to me for a very, very low investment like that. But I can see his point and think about, like, okay, where I want to put my energy. And I thought it was something good to think about, so I wanted to share that with you. Which leads me into tip number 2, which is that if you take a typical sales funnel, a funnel's wider at the top and more narrow at the bottom, just like that, right? So in a typical sales funnel example, you have something for free up at the top. Lots of people opt in for that free goodie. It might be a free gift or training video or something. And then some of those people will go on to buy something small from you, maybe an under $100 product or something like that. And then you have like your bread and butter hot selling product maybe for $500, $1,000, $2,000. And then the funnel gets narrower and more narrow until finally at the bottom you have your big kahuna program, as I like to call it, which might be, you know, a $50,000 year-long mastermind and coaching program with you. So that's the traditional sales funnel. What Alex recommended was, instead of trying to upsell people at all those levels, bringing them into your funnel, actually turn the funnel around so it's more like a pyramid and focus on offering those high-end programs first. And here's the distinction, because that was not new information to me, but what he said was it's easier to downsell and attract high-end clients that way than it is to upsell, which makes sense. And here's an example he gave that I think you'll really like. So he said, if you're selling refrigerators and you have a refrigerator for $2,400, $1,200, and $600, if you start with the $600 one and then you show them the $1,200 one and then the $2,400 one, it just keeps getting more and more expensive. Your sales probably aren't going to go as well. But if you say something like, okay, here's the top of the line, you show them the $2,400 one first, and you say, I don't know if this is in your budget, however, this is the very best refrigerator that we have, and it does this amazing thing and that amazing thing, and it'll babysit your kids and whatever else, all the wonderful features. And if people are like, oh no, $2,400, that's a little bit too much, then you say, okay, well, here's the $1,200 one. It doesn't have these features, but it still has all these good things. And then same thing, you can take away more stuff and what the $600 one includes. And so what a lot of people will do is they'll end up in the middle around the $1,200 mark. But if you started with the $600 and were upselling them, they might decide not to buy any refrigerator at all. And if you think about the things that you've invested in, I think you'll probably find this to be true. So I thought that was a helpful example. So if you start off with a high-end offer, and if that's not quite a fit for people, then you take them into a lower one. It's a lot more palatable than buying something little and then something for more and more and more and more. And I know I've felt that. Like, I've invested in big programs where I paid, you know, $5,000 for a seminar or $50,000 for a 6-day mastermind. And then when there's an upsell at that point to something even more expensive, I'm like, man, really? Like, I just paid you 50 grand. Can't I just, you know, get the value from that? Do I really need to keep spending more money? So that made sense to me. And then the third tip that I'd like to share with you, this is really good, is don't expect people to actually get your emails. Now, this is something that I was already thinking about and already noticing, but you might have noticed if you're in the internet marketing space that email open rates are going down. And I don't think that means that you shouldn't have an email list. I'm very passionate about email lists. Obviously, I talk about it a lot. But when I talk about building your email list, what I'm really talking about is growing your tribe, growing that community of people who have put their trust in you, and communicating that with them in a way that builds relationship and delivers value in a way that's scalable for you, so that you can expand your message more creatively to more people without burning yourself out in the process. And so email is one way to communicate with those people, but also Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Hangouts, there's lots of different ways to communicate with your tribe. So when I talk about growing your list, I'm not talking about email specifically. So that said, one of the problems that I run into is sometimes someone will buy something from me online, and I have an automated system set up to make sure that their product and program gets delivered. And so that system sends them a series of emails like, here's your product, welcome, here's some surprise bonuses, you know, go check it out now, here, you know, here's how to get started. And then a day or two later, I'll send them another email saying, did you get it? Like, did they get the first email? Were you able to log in? Did everything work out? Well, you know, sometimes people don't get either email. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll also send out a voice broadcast saying, hey, I've sent you an email. If you didn't get us, let us know. But when I did the voice broadcast, because I have people from all over the world buying my products, sometimes I would end up calling people at like 3 in the morning. And I didn't know that that could happen. I thought it would be like based on where they were. But my software doesn't know how to do that. And maybe there's a way to do it that I'll figure out. But I had somebody contact me and say, that was really nice of you to send a courtesy call, but 3 in the morning was, you know, not the best timing. And so I took away that broadcast. But what Alex suggested, and here's the takeaway that I'd like to share with you, is assume people aren't going to get your email and add some other personal touches to make sure that they're getting the thing they bought. So in this case, adding a personal call, like actually on the phone, from you or someone on your team saying, hey, congratulations for investing in yourself for this product. Here's all the great stuff you'll get from it, and we want to make sure that you got the email. If you didn't, call us back. Something like that. You could also send a postcard or a card in the mail, but something other than the email to make sure that they're actually getting the thing they bought. So that's something that's been frustrating for me. In fact, I just spoke on Jesse and Charla's success panel a few days ago for the Thrive Academy Client Attraction Summit, and I had a bunch of people from List-a-Palooza come up to me and be like, oh my God, you're PJ, yay, it's fun to meet you in person. And one lady came up, she was like, I want a refund for this $27 thing, I didn't get an email. And sure enough, I looked in her contact record, we'd sent her all the emails, all the follow-up emails, but she hadn't gotten them. So I thought that was a great tip for how I can fix that problem, and how you can too if you sell stuff online. So those are a few of the many takeaways I've gotten from the Membership Site Intensive, and there's still 2 more days. So I hope you appreciated this. And guess what? You can actually join me because Alex is offering a live cast of the event. You can be here with me for the rest of the event, and also you can get access to all the videos. So even the day that we already did that you haven't seen, you can go back and rewatch those. I'll probably be going back and rewatching those videos too, because there were so many wonderful gems there. So you can see the link right under my name where you can sign up for the live cast. It is $197, so there is an investment for it. But let me tell you, if you want to be here live, it would have been $1,500. Now, I just made the mistake that I told you not to in the first tip, which is I told you the little price first and then the big price. What I should have said is people are paying $1,500 to attend this, plus airfare, plus lodging. I'm paying $600 just for this hotel room to be here, food, all that stuff. And you can attend for only $197. That's better, isn't it? There, I'm modeling the downselling for you. But also, I'm participating in this with a team of people here. We're wanting to involve people in the live cast, and so we've offered a bunch of extra juicy bonuses if you do sign up. So the main reason I wanted to share this with you is because I'm getting a lot out of this event, and I think you should check it out. And then we're just sweetening the pot with about $10,000 in programs that people normally charge for if you decide to jump in and invest in yourself through the live cast by Wednesday at noon. That's Wednesday, July 16th at noon Pacific time. So I hope these tips were helpful. I hope you'll join me on the live cast. I'll be waving to you on the camera. Make sure that you log in and say where you're hanging out from, and you can tell them in the comments, say hi to PJ for me, and that way we can participate in the rest of the event together. So thanks for checking this out. I hope you found it helpful, and have a wonderful day.